Hello students. In our previous biology sessions, we had talked about so many types of communicable diseases caused by different kinds of pathogens like bacteria, viruses, helminths. In our today's biology session, we are going to discuss about the non-communicable diseases. Already it is known to you that the difference in between the communicable and non-communicable disease. Communicable disease can spread from one organism to the another organism by the pathogen, and non-communicable disease cannot spread from one organism to another organism. So what is a non-communicable disease? A non-communicable disease is the disease that cannot be spread from person to person. These diseases are also known as non-infectious. Some non-communicable diseases are chronic. Chronic means that it is present for a long period of time, continuously. Now here are some examples of non-communicable diseases: heart attacks, high blood pressure, stroke. In the stroke, actually the brain cells die. There is a reduction in the supply of blood in the brain, then brain cells die. Cancer, diabetes, arthritis. Arthritis is the problem in the bone joints. Now first category of non-communicable disease is the deficiency disease. So what are the deficiency diseases? Deficiency means that is the less. Diseases caused due to the deficiency of nutrients in our food. So that to be healthy, actually in this chapter we had already talked about these things, that to be healthy and keeping ourselves disease free, we have to take proper diet, balanced diet. If we are not taking the balanced diet, means not taking the nutrients required for our body in proper amounts, we will suffer from the deficiency diseases. So what are the main nutrients that should be present in our diet? Mainly proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals. So deficiency diseases examples also: protein deficiency diseases, carbohydrate deficiency diseases, vitamin deficiency diseases, and mineral deficiency diseases. So due to the lack of any of the nutrient in your diet, you can suffer from the deficiency diseases. So types of deficiency diseases, different types are there: anemia, scurvy, asthma, diabetes, obesity, rickets, kwashiorkor. These all are the main types of deficiency diseases. Now next we will talk about the allergic diseases. I think this allergy term is quite common to you. Allergic diseases are also known as allergies. Common term is an abnormal reaction of the body to a previously encountered allergen introduced by inhalation, ingestion, infection, or skin contact. Actually, allergens are the substances that cause the allergic reactions in our body. So actually allergies are the abnormal reactions of the body for an allergen, And how this allergen enter to your body? By inhalation. If you inhale this, ingestion, if you eat that thing through your mouth, it can go to your body. Injection means it is passing to your bloodstream, and through skin contact, direct contact. Now, allergy often manifested by itchy eyes, runny nose, wheezing, skin rash, or diarrhea. Actually, it depends on the path through which the allergen is coming to your body. Suppose it is by inhalation, means through your nose. So obviously the respiratory problems will be there. If you ingest the allergens, obviously it will disturb your digestive system, cause diarrhea, loose motion, vomiting, this type of things. And if injection in bloodstream, it will be there, so it will cause fever, so many types of symptoms it can cause. And through skin contact, obviously it will cause the skin rashes, normal skin irritations. Now, allergies can develop at any age. The risk of developing allergies is genetic also. It is related to one's family history of allergy. If neither parent is allergic, the chance for allergies is about 15%. If one parent is allergic, the risk increases to 30%. And if both parents are allergic, the risk is greater than 60%. So obviously, it can pass from parents to the offspring. Now, common allergens means the substances that cause the allergic reactions in our body. So common allergy triggers include, first of all, airborne allergens such as pollen grains, animal dander, dust mites, molds. This we are inhaling through our nose. Certain foods, particularly peanuts, tree nuts, wheat, soya, fish, shellfish, then eggs, milk, these all things are the food allergens which we are ingesting, means eating. Insect sting, this is directly going to the bloodstream, such as bee stings, web stings. Then medications, different types of medicines also can cause the drug allergies, penicillin, the antibiotic or penicillin based antibiotics. Latex or other substances if you touch, which can cause allergic skin reactions. Now, few allergy names, examples. Hay fever, which can be caused by inhaling the pollen grains. Asthma, the respiratory problem. Here you can see the respiratory tract become narrower. Eczema, the skin rashes. Hives, when the allergens are reaching to the bloodstream, it can cause the red blotches on your skin. Eczema, also skin allergies. Food allergies, that is caused due to the ingestion of different types of food allergens. Next is social diseases. Social diseases are the diseases which actually disturb the health of our society, like alcoholism, drug addictions, like that. So actually, you know that alcohol is very harmful, having harmful effects to our body. First of all, excess of alcohol damages our liver. It can cause serious damage to the nervous system. It weakens the natural resistance of the body against various diseases, affects our neuromuscular control system. Then it can affect the family economic conditions, can cause different types of accidents. And drug addiction also. Drugs, actually illegal drugs, if it is taken into the body, it can cause serious physical, mental and social health problems. Suppose cocaine, caffeine, heroin, these all are the examples of the illegal drugs, narcotic drugs, which can cause different types of serious effects in our body. like it can damage our nervous system or other organs of the body. It can create a hallucination or illusions which affect our vision, hearing capacity, respiratory, cardiovascular problems. It can cause the lack of appetite. Also, it can cause the mental depression, body aches, and if the drug addicts are sharing the needles for injecting the drug into the bloodstream, it can cause the AIDS also. Next is degenerative disorders or diseases. Now, what is degenerative diseases? Degenerative disease is the result of a continuous process based on the changes in cellular activity. Actually, in the degenerative disease, the cellular activity, tissue functions, and then the organ functions are damaged. So, it is the result of continuous process based on the changes in cellular activity that's affecting the tissues or organs, which will increasingly deteriorate over time. So it is a continuous process, and day by day it will deteriorate. In neurodegenerative diseases, cells of the central nervous system like brain and spinal cord stop working or die via neurodegeneration. Means degeneration or the stopping the function of the neurons or the cells of the central nervous system. Degenerative nerve diseases affect many of our body's activities such as balance, movement, talking, breathing, heart function. Many of these diseases are genetic. Sometimes the cause is medical condition such as alcoholism. Just now I have told that in alcoholism so many organs can be affected like liver, neuromuscular system, a tumor, stroke. Other causes may include toxins, chemicals, etc. Now here are so many types of or examples of degenerative diseases like cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, cancer, arthritis, respiratory diseases, neurodegenerative diseases, obesity, sexual dysfunction, stroke. These all are the different types of degenerative diseases. Now, next we will discuss about the inherited genetic disorders. From the name only you can understand that genetic means it is related to the genes that is present in our chromosomes of the nucleus. Already you have learned in the cell chapter. And inherited means it is passing. The disease can pass from the parents to the offspring. So inherited or genetic disorders, both are same. So genetic disorders are an abnormal condition that a person inherits through genes or chromosomes. Genetic disorders are caused by mutations. Now what is the mutations? Mutations actually are the changes in the genes or chromosomes, and these changes or the mutation can pass from the parent to the offspring. So the mutation can occur when sex cells form or may be passed down from parent to the offspring. So these genetic diseases can be inherited. Now, few examples of the genetic disorders: albinism, in which the cell pigment means skin pigment or the pigment formation in our body is disrupted. The person becomes white skin, white in color. Sickle cell anemia, in which there is a loss of or lack of healthy blood cells, healthy red blood cells in our body. Phenylketonuria, this is also a genetic disorder in which there is a symptom of intellectual disability. Cystic fibrosis, this is also one type of genetic disorder in which there is a blockage in the different types of cells producing tissue, producing mainly sweat, digestive juices. So it can cause the dysfunction of different types of organs. Down syndrome is also a genetic disorder which can cause the intellectual disability. So by this today we are ending the biology session. Bye and have a nice day.